Another day, another dollar spent on a project that makes my quality of life marginally better. And this time, the project was a grill area for my grill, obviously, as you can tell behind me. Probably wondering what that had to do with the grill patio area. Not much really, except for this light here. I added some light because last night I was working on it and I realized how dark it was, so now we got some light. We got a root here, gotta get rid of it. Gonna use the Root Destroyer 3000. It was a buried log, not a root. That makes my life much easier. You know what I like about rustic stuff is that it doesn't have to be perfect. So you can get away with things being semi-imperfect or things being a little messed up here and there. I like that for me. Laying pavers is a lot of work. I think it would have been a lot faster if I just made a mold of concrete and made my grill area that way. Ah well, you live and you learn. So unfortunately my audio cut out while I was doing this. I don't know why, maybe I didn't turn on the microphone. It's kind of annoying. But it gives me 2 minutes to kind of, I guess, talk about what's been on my mind and what I'm thinking about. I got a little timer so I don't forget. But I guess recently the thing I've been thinking about is that, let me give you some backstory. I went with some friends to go to this place called Coconut Grove, which is here in Miami, and it's a very nice area for tourists, especially to walk in. So if you're ever in Miami, I recommend you go to Coconut Grove. There's nice beach. It's right next to the not the beach, but the water, so you can hang out there. There's some cool parks, a lot of little restaurants to eat at. Green Street Cafe is like one of the most famous ones that everybody likes to eat at, but there's this place there called Books and Books that I went to with my friends, and we had a good time. I love looking at books, and we were talking about how sometimes you get books just because of how it looks. And when I was there, I'm not a big poem guy. I don't read a lot of poetry just because I'm really bad at understanding symbolism in books. But my wife read an excerpt from this book, and it's a really popular one, and I bought it because I really liked it. It's called Milk and Honey by Rupi Kaur. And I get it, if you're a big tough guy, doesn't read poems, don't buy it. But I just wanted to kind of like say that this seems like an awesome book, especially this one poem that I read. It was a quick thing. It was a little poem that hit me kind of tough because I know that I'm having a daughter now. So it says, every time you tell your daughter you yell at her out of love, you teach her to confuse anger with kindness, which seems like a good idea till she grows up to trust men who hurt her because they look so much like you. To fathers with daughters. And I'm out of time. So overall, this was a pretty simple project. I don't think it's difficult for anybody to do this, but it seems like a recurring topic here is even the simplest of projects done in perpetuity. So even the simpler the projects, if you do them consistently, you keep things simple, but you make sure you're consistent with your simpleness in your projects, then eventually the outcome is that you come out with a better looking, a nicer looking area, because laying down the pavers the way I did it is not rocket science. It's not difficult to dig a hole, or I guess dig a pit, flatten out the area, and then lay the stones on top. Now granted, it's not the most professional way of doing it. I know there's professionals out there that they get their crushed rock and then they get their sand and then they lay everything out just perfectly, and then over top they spread out their mortar sand to make sure everything stays locked in place. And they call that a forever patio. Well, this isn't that. This is me trying to make my area look a little bit nicer, and I think we're all just trying to do our best here. So really what I'm learning here is that you just try to do things and you figure it out along the way, which is a million times better than not trying at all and just looking it up or letting people's critiques get to you. Because I'm happy with how it turned out. The blocks aren't perfectly aligned, the gaps aren't perfectly spaced, but I think it looks nice. And now I have a area that I can put my grill in, so when family and friends come over, we can have a great time in a space where I'm supposed to grill at. They can lay their chairs out around and just be happy to be here. And it cost me $200, I think, in blocks. I am very happy with how it turned out. I think it was a good project overall. It took a little bit of time laying down the stones. I think the moral of the story here is that if you have something in your mind and you want to make it, then just give it a shot, try it out. Don't let people's critiques kind of bring you down. Just do it and try it, and you might be happy with the outcome, or you might not be, and then you'll just tear it down and then start over or do something else. And then on top of that, you've gained some experience so that you can do it better next time. Now you're also wondering, you're probably wondering what these are. These are some, I guess, hooks. I don't know what you call them. But I had used them in the past to hold watering cans that I made some makeshift lights with. And now I'm gonna use it for something else. So as I complete projects, I start to realize that there are certain things that make an area look super nice. And one of those key elements is lighting. You want to have your lighting placed in just the right spots, or you want to add lighting if you're trying to make an area look really nice. And I always opt for like soft lighting. I love soft lighting and warm lighting. I'm not a big fan of the bright, cool ones for obvious reasons. They're just kind of harsh, and it doesn't give me that warm, happy feeling that I get from the soft lighting. The you know the warm lights. You know what I'm talking about. See that? These are solar powered lanterns with a fire lighting, I guess. I got it from Amazon. They were kind of pricey because this is made of metal, and but they had really good reviews, so I try to buy once, cry once, have that type of motto with the things that I buy.